to the stage. The title of her speech is One Person, One Vote. Is it best for Hong Kong? You now have 3 minutes. You may begin after the bell rings.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Picture this: a place where we are unhappy with our leaders, a place where elections are just illusions, masking decisions made behind closed doors. Sounds familiar? That's the current Hong Kong. But what if we did have one person, one vote? Would things be different? In order to answer this question, I conducted a survey of 100 people asking, firstly, is universal suffrage good for Hong Kong? Secondly, would it be able to solve all the defects? Finally, would it be able to solve all the economic and social issues? Almost 95% of the people said that universal suffrage was the way to go. However, 97% said that the defects would still exist. And when asked if it was the cure-all for Hong Kong, 100% said no. Now, a lot of my respondents said that universal suffrage was fair and is a basic human right. But despite that, can it honestly solve all the problems? Dirty tactics, finger pointing, accusations, these will still go on. Social issues. Out of 7 million people in Hong Kong, only 1,200 of the people here today can vote. Not only that, but Hong Kong ranks 84th out of 127 countries, ranked on the Gini income inequality coefficient, proving that we have one of the highest income gaps in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, economic issues. Inflation and unemployment rates and housing prices are astronomical. People are living in cages. Ladies and gentlemen, can universal suffrage solve all of these problems? That's the big question. No one thinks so. But voting allows us to connect with the people. Voting allows us to protect our rights. Ladies and gentlemen, in a place, we will be happy in a place in which the doors to decision-making are open to everyone, to you and to me. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. Mr. Lynch will now ask you a question relating to your speech. The bell will ring and the timekeeper will raise the start card after the question has been asked, and you'll have 1 minute. Mr. Lynch, please.
Thank you. As you indicated, there's a lot of demand for universal suffrage in Hong Kong, but the voter registration rate is not high. What do you think accounts for this?
Well, as you can see, nowadays a lot of people are unsure of what to vote for. For instance, there's a lot of influence on China. There's a lot of influence on the tycoons. Now, I'm not saying that this is a problem, but however, people are basically unsure. They're not sure if their votes will be accounted for. Because as we see nowadays, China has a lot of influence in Hong Kong. And what the people are afraid of is that if they vote, no one will listen. And I believe universities give them a voice. Thank you.
Thank you. A second question will now be asked by Mr. McLavin. Again, the bell will ring and the timekeeper will raise the start card right after the question, and you may then respond to the question. Mr. McLavin, please.
Thank you. The term helicopter parents has become popular nowadays to extremely close attention to their children's experiences and problems. Do you think such parents are a positive or negative influence?
I think that these kind of experiences are actually, in fact, quite positive, surprisingly, because it shows the amount of effort and work a parent puts into a child, raising them up. When described as a helicopter appearance, we can tell definitely that the child will grow up to be a successful person due to the mother's great care and appearance of the child. So yes, I do think it's quite positive. Thank you.
Thank you. Please take a seat. Please remain silent while our judges write